Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am excited to be here today because I have a new episode of Five Fun Fave Finds on Friday, which I lovingly shortened to F to the fifth power because it's a mouthful even for me, even though I coined the title. It's been kind of a minute since I've done an F to the fifth power, and mostly just because a lot of places are not shipping, and so it's harder for me to get my hands on brand new things. Also, with my new series supporting small businesses, and I'll link to that up here, I am probably using a lot of the new things that I would use for my F to the fifth power in those small business videos. But let's take a look at 5 new things that I found that I thought were really fun. So in today's video, we're going to check out 5 different things that are new to me. Some of them are brand new. They just came out on the market, and I thought I would show them to you up close and personal so you can check them out and decide if you're interested in them. The first thing we're going to take a look at are the Tim Holtz for Ranger brand new alcohol ink papers. There also are lots of new alcohol ink colors, and there are the new alloys. So let me share the 4 different types of paper that I got to work with alcohol inks. There's the brushed silver, silver sparkle, regular YUPO paper, and these are the translucent sheets. I absolutely love these. It's kind of like a vellum, but it's a little bit thicker and it withstands all of the alcohol ink and heat setting that you have to do in order to really get that alcohol ink to dry quickly. So I'm going to do a couple of different sheets. I have the alloys and 2 of the new colors, Mojito and Cobalt. I'm going to take some alcohol. This is 70% rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to use the round felt applicator for the tools that Tim Holtz has, and I'm just going to drop some of the alcohol ink right on that alcohol, and then I'm going to dab it with the tool. So you can see that it's kind of pushing it so that it sort of spritzes a little bit to the side, and I love the look of that. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that with the Mojito as well, and these 2 colors, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Now I am using the mixative, and the color that I'm using is Sterling. So you really have to shake this up quite good. It's got the little like ball in it, like a nail polish bottle or paint bottle might have. And now I am using some blending solution. So I'm gonna add in a little bit more color and just kind of let this do its own thing. So you can see there when I kind of take my hand away and it just keeps moving on its own, that's the alcohol ink and the mixative doing its own magic, and you don't really have to futz with it too much, although I keep messing with it, and honestly the ones that I don't mess with are the ones that I like the best. So I like this one, came out really cute, and there's a little like area there that it got a little drizzle, but that's okay. We can always cut that out. Okay, this time I am wiping the 70% rubbing alcohol back and forth with a clean pad, and I'm going to use some of the alcohol pearls. Those are not brand new, but I haven't used them a ton. I've done a little bit, and I can link to a video here where I shared the alcohol pearls, but I just haven't used them that much. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of mix them in and see how they do with the mixative as well. Turns out they do really beautifully. They have their own pearlescent. The alloys actually don't mix colors together the way that the mixatives do. The alloys kind of make almost like paint flecks inside the alcohol colors. So they kind of group themselves together and make these beautiful like metallic flecks of paint. And you can see there, this for a little while starts to look like a hot mess. I mean, I'm like almost worried that it's going to be brown, but it turns out really, really pretty at the end. And I'm just kind of moving things back and forth, adding some alcohol pearls, adding a little bit more alloy, adding a little bit more mixative, just kind of messing and messing and messing with it until I get it the way that I want. I'm adding some more purple, some more pink, a little bit more mixative. I mean, seriously, you could do this all day, or I could, I don't know. It's fun, and then sometimes I start to look at it and I'm like, oh, okay. But that one turned out cute too. So here's the last one I'm gonna do. I think this one I was working on the brushed silver, and I'm using a couple of different blues. I'll link to everything down below so that you can check them out. And I'm using the Sterling alloy. And just look at that. It's so cool the way it kind of just moves on its own. Like you don't really have to work it. You can just kind of let it do its thing. And like I said, those are the ones that I think turn out the best. See, I picked it up there and it all kind of mushed together, and I should have just left it alone. So what I did was, to break it up, I took some of the rubbing alcohol in my hand, put my fingertips in it, and flicked it. That's where you're seeing those little flicks of white. And then what I'm doing is, as soon as I flick it, I come in with the heat tool to try and set those little flicks of white. And it started to work once I kept doing it. Okay, now let's put these together in cards. I'm going to take the Waffle Flower Crafts Hearts panel die. I'm going to die cut it in white cardstock, and I'm going to lay it right over a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of the alcohol ink background that we created. And it's really cool because each of the hearts is totally different. Now to add a sentiment, I am going to stamp Always in My Thoughts. It's another stamp set from Waffle Flower. I'm going to cut it out with a circle die, pop it up on some foam adhesive, and add it to the center of that card. And I just love how cool that background is underneath the hearts, but really I didn't do a lot of work. The alcohol ink and the alloy pretty much does itself. Okay, I am going to create the second card with that pink and purple one. I'm using some Stays On pigment ink because I am going to stamp on some acetate here. I adhered the acetate to a frame, and now you can see that I didn't get a great impression the first time. That's why I used my Misty for this, because I wasn't sure how good I was going to get it to stamp. And with this one, on this acetate in particular, you did need to stamp it 2 or 3 times in order to fully get the impression and also get it nice and bright. And I need it nice and bright because it's going to be on that alcohol ink background. Now I'm going to cover the rim of this piece with foam tape. So this is a really easy shaker because it's a rectangle, so it's really easy to get around the sides there. It's not like a crazy shape where I have to cut random pieces. I did double up the foam tape because I wanted my shaker goodies to really move around in there. So once I peel off all those protective backings, I can pour my little sequins inside the window there. So I'm just going to really fill it up with those iridescent sequins. I think they go really beautifully with that alcohol ink background. I'm going to flip that over and lay it on top, and that's going to complete my shaker. I just need to add it to a note card, and then it is done. And look at how cool that ended up looking. There's a little bit of foam hanging out, so I had to trim that, but I mean, that just, I can't believe how gorgeous the alloy and the alcohol inks look together. They look like a marbled background. It's just so pretty. Also today I am using the Gina K Crystalline Drops. Really love these. You get a lot of dimension from them. They're really easy to use. I'm going to show you all about them right in the video. Okay, the 3 different drops that I got were Ruby, Pearl, Gunmetal, and then this is Ocean Pearl. So the pearls kind of have a metallic to them. The gunmetal has a slight glitter to it. But the thing that I love about these is that they really dry dimensional and they round out on their own without you having to do anything. So one thing I would recommend, which I did not do here, just to show you, I didn't prime the bottle at all. So the first drop kind of squirts out a little bit, but look at how beautifully they round out on their own. I did not have to tap on the back. I did not have to swirl the tip or do anything else. These just dry round and dimensional, and the color and the pearl and the glitter is absolutely stunning. So these are great dimensional drops to use on cards, layouts, any other paper product. I did also just want to share that you can just wipe it around and create a really pretty pearlescent cardstock almost, basically. So I die cut these little flowers and I just wiped it around and it creates that pretty pearl look. Okay, this may seem similar to the last, but honestly, the Open Studio Fairy Sugar, which is from Memory Box, it's totally different than the Gina K Drops because the Fairy Sugar is much more like a glitter glue, doesn't dry as dimensional, but has tons of glitter in it. Let's check them out right now. Okay, I have 2 different colors of Fairy Sugar. I have Mint Frost and Twilight. So here's the Mint Frost. And I'm going to do the same type of thing, create these dots, but I realized that these are actually better for drawing with. Like lines almost would be better with this or using it kind of like I used the Gina K, just to use your finger across it and add just a hint of glitter to like maybe fairy wings or really anything on your card. Another thing that's brand new is Waffle Flower Pattern paper. Now, I have an entire video that talks about 5 different ways to use Waffle Flower's pattern paper. I'm going to link it right here, but I'm specifically going to talk about using the pattern paper and the JJ's Rainbows with the dies, which is how JJ's pad was designed to be used. So here's all the pattern paper that Waffle Flower released. There's tons of dots, lines, neutrals. We're gonna just look at JJ Bolton, JJ's Rainbows, and specifically the paper that was meant to go with the fresh rainbow panel die. So I'm gonna cut the pattern paper in half so that I get a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of pattern paper, and I'm gonna layer the die right on top. And you can see that it's meant to go on that pattern paper. I'm gonna stamp Many Thanks in Wilted Violet Distress Oxide ink using my Misty so I can double stamp it. I'm going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive around the lines of the die cut there. Just a little bit on those Arc of the Rainbows. You don't need a ton, especially because I'm not really doing anything fancy to this card. I'm just layering it right on top of the pattern paper, which is how it was designed, to make it really easy to pull together cards with the dies and the pattern paper. Just put that with some tape runner on a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch top folding note card. And I'm going to take one of those little flowers that we made and add a little flower center with the fairy sugar in Twilight. And that's it. Super, super simple card ready to go. I hope you found something that you're excited about in today's F to the 5th power. If one of these products got you excited, please let me know in the comments below. I'm always wondering what you guys are interested in so that I can give you more of that in these videos. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that bell so you can be notified whenever my videos are available. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.